Vidas ze seder taharos. Continuing the pasuk. So the orders of the Mishnah. So das refers to the order of purity. Pirush Rashi das adif mechachma, and Rashi explains that knowledge is better than wisdom. Das is better than chachma. V'efshar lomar, and we can say ki titaru ne'amar gabi yom kippurim, because become pure. That's what it says by Yom Kippur, Shu Kodesh Kadashim, which is the holy of holies, Shelamayla Mibichinas Kodesh Chulu, which is higher than the concept of Kodesh, which is Chochma. Megam Tara Shaykh L'Reach, and also purity has to do with smell, K'maymer Hataran, not less Hatam V'Sareach, like it says, the purity took the taste and the smell. And that's a concept of an encompassing light. Just like the incense was higher than all the other sacrifices, that the sacrifices are on the outer altar, and the incense is on the inner altar, and also in the Holy of Holies. On Yom Kippur. And in another place, so it's another place it's explained that purity and impurity is only through touching and carrying, and it's not compared to food that goes inside you. If so, impurity has to do with that which encompasses and surrounds, which is higher than the inner light that goes in, and that's the encompassing concepts of klippa. Tunagia and masa. The klippa in shum birur rakla viram lagamre. And from the encompassing concepts of klippa, there's no purification. There's no way to elevate them, only to get rid of them completely. It's like the pasuk that the spirit of impurity I will wipe away from the land. Now to get rid of completely these encompassing concepts of klippa, it's also through the strength of that which the divinity that encompasses the worlds, the holy a holy encompassing light. That encompassing light blinds the eyes of the external forces. Shabirur shehu levar ratov mehara. That which does purify and elevate to purify the good from the bad, that's through an inner light. Through wisdom you can purify. But through the encompassing light there's no purification, only complete destruction. The makif that gets rid of the impurity, not elevated and not elevated and not elevating it. Nasa b'nei Gershon nosei hayirios, like it's brought about the sons of Gershon, that they would carry the skins that would cover in an encompassing way the Mishkan. Nimshach mizele gadesh hara. So it's drawn from that to send away, to get rid of the bad, like the Gershon Milashin Gerushin, Ligaresh, to get rid of, divorce. Garesh hamahazos chulu vespana, get rid of this maidservant, a negative concept. ולכן זהו על ידי הדס שעולה עד הכסר. And therefore, the purity comes through das, not from Chachma. The Seder Taros is Vidas, that goes all the way up to Keser, Shu Makif Lashon Kitrues Binyamin. Like it says, that Keser is a language of to surround, like surround Binyamin. Hedifu Minucha Idrichu. Uksiv Tarom Yadecha Al Tzarecha. When it says lift up your hand above your enemies in a makif, and all your enemies will be cut off. Tarom yadecha dafka, lift up your hand specifically mibechinas yad rama, from the concept of the exalted hand, because you have yad gedula, and then you have the three yados. Yad Rama is the highest. That from there you draw down the idea of to cut off all your enemies. Keser osios kares, that the crown, the keser is the same letters as to cut off kares. Because you're lifting up the Rom to keser, so you have the krisis as well, the keser of the kares, to cut off the enemy. And this is that he's exalted upon exalted, very high. And through that you send the horse and his rider into the sea to get rid of the enemy because of the exalted light, the makif. Das, and this is also why das is a language of breaking, like it says that he broke with them the people of Sukkos. Bishoftim simin ches v'yud vav. V'chein v'yoda almanosav, like, and also that he will break their almanos, their widows. In Yecheskel, some in Yutes Zayin, Ein Sham, look over there. Beperush Rashi, that Rashi explains the Perush. V'haras kemo gavor mimerchak yeda, that it's to destroy. V'yod almanosav is to destroy, and he brings a raya from the pasuk that the one from on high, from afar, will destroy. Will destroy them. Will destroy the enemies, even though he's from afar. B'telim simin kuf lamed chazvav. V'hainu v'das is a seder taharos, and that is that v'das refers to the order of Mishnah of the laws of purity. Lishpor v'lidchos hamakifim deklipa, and that because das is an idea of breaking and pushing away the encompassing concepts of the klipa. V'hagam ki b'shar sedarim gam ken yesh gam ken inyan makifim deklipa kemo shatnez. Even though you also have in the other orders of the Mishnah concepts of encompassing concepts of klippa, like shatnez, that you wear around you, and a concept of a makip of klippa, but it's not in Tara Tumavtara. Ach lo dami, but it's not comparable. That tuma hi dvekas hamakif al ha'adam, because impurity is the cleaving, the sticking of this encompassing concept on the person, shahari nit magufo, that the body has become impure. Al yedei through this, v'tzarich tara, and needs purity. Masha'enkin b'shatnez, which is not the case with the shatnez. Shekesheposhit halevush legai ha'isur. When you take off that garment, you do not have the forbidden concept anymore. So it's more, it has a deeper effect. The tumah, the makif of the taharos has a stronger effect. And also we can say that the concept of the laws of purity is to get rid of the impurity from the land. Like in the days of Mashiach, look what's brought in explaining the Mamar of Elamase, how our sages decreed impurity on the land of the idol worshippers, even on in the air, not just on the gush. Why is that? Because in the lands of the nations, the divine flow to create and sustain it comes in an enclosed way and a concept of action. And it says, I've even made it hifsika inyan, and stops the concept. So the af refers to the klippos underneath the asiya. It's marbe, the klippa. V'zeu ein tzav ela avodah zarah chulu, and that's why it says that tzav refers to idol worship. He's quoting from the Mamar. And this concept will be in the time to come. That that's when you'll have the spirit of impurity wiped away from the land. Shayud Aleph, and it's brought in Ohr Hatorah Avos and Yud Aleph. Yud Aleph Avos Hatuma and Yud Aleph Kisrim Savusachulu. That the 11 fathers of Tumah in Halacha correspond with the 11 crowns of impurity. The crowns of impurity that are neged against the Esther Sfiros de Kedusha. Vehaya, they're called Avos Hatuma, fathers, like the concept of the Ksarim, that they're each one is something for itself, a yesh. And when you take it away from the land, this impurity, then you're shining this encompassing light. That's when we'll shine this encompassing light, like we said, the one that purifies the impurity. Like it says, and you will fill the earth with dea, the concept of das, like we said here, which is a revelation of the encompassing light. That gets rid of the impurity, and that's why the knowledge is the order of the halachas of purity. That through this you'll have a revelation of knowledge, of the supernal knowledge, of the encompassing lights, that which encompasses creation. And you'll know today, Hashavuos Ki Vehaya hu Elokim. Find Mashakaza b'dibur hamaschil Vehaya li be'ozrai binyan haba l'tahir misayino. So look what's brought about the idea of someone who comes to purify themselves, their help from above. It's a concept of a maki from above, misayino. So Ishlomar od k'moshakaza b'mei Ohr Hatorah oz gimel Sif Yud Ches Sod Galus Hashchina Chulu. And look, we can also say, according to what's brought in Ohr Hatorah, the secret of the exile of the divine presence. Ad redes malchus de Asiya chulu, until the descent of malchus of Asiya, which is like the idea of the divine presence going down. That because of this concept of the Galus HaShechina, you need to purify and elevate the concept of his kingship may be blessed. And this purity to Malchus of Asiya comes specifically through knowledge, through the concept of Das, because in Klippos they only have the two concepts of brains, of the two minds, of wisdom and understanding. They don't have Das. Hadas, and this purity specifically through Das. So you have, perhaps it's connected to the pasuk, Gam below Das nefesh lo tov. But at any rate, so you have this, through this purity, you have this Das, the Tara, ki beklipos in bemrak v'das ola ad ha-keser, and Das goes up to Keser. It's the Kedusha infused into the Mochin. V'zeu al yishalal chacham chulu ki'im chulu haskel v'yadosi. And this is why it says that the chacham should not praise himself with his wisdom, but rather to know me with the Das. So you don't praise yourself with Chachma, praise yourself with Das. That's the ultimate purpose of the Chachma, because that's where you have the Kedusha in it, because the Chachma can also be in Klippa. B'yadoa dafka, specifically to know me with Das. V'zeh shekasuv ruach Das v'yiras Vehaya, and that's why it says by Mashiach that he'll have the spirit of knowledge and the fear of Hashem. Because Das is the soul and the inner concept to all the emotional attributes. And in the time to come it says that the earth will be full of knowledge, will be full of this Das. The Maki will be revealed. But it'll be revealed in an inner way. It'll fill the earth, just like Das is the inner concept to the emotions. So it does come. It's nimshach b'pnimius. V'gam Das lashon chibur v'shmi Vehaya lo nodati lehem chulu. And also Das is a language of union, like it says. My name Vehaya was not known to them, was not united with them, I did not connect to them through my name Vehaya. So the Das is this union. He doesn't bring the pasuk Adam Yodes Chava. Vegam Mishkan Edus Osios Deos. Also the Mishkan of the testimony. So the testimony is the language of knowledges. It's the same letters as knowledges. Od, Edus, and Deos. Why? Ki kel Deos Havaya chulu, because Havaya is a divinity of knowledges, of Deos, opinions and viewpoints. That's the Mishkan Ha'edos, is the dwelling place of Hashem's viewpoints, knowledge in the world. Gam efshar lomar kemo shekazu b'geras hakodesh min kavches ha'efresh ben korbanos lepara aduma haba letar min tumas meis. We can explain, like it's brought in Tanya, the difference between the sacrifices and the red heifer that comes to purify the impurity of the dead body. Shakorbanos mamshichim mayin duchorin dezah, that the sacrifices that they draw down masculine waters of Ziranpi, Navalidei Efer Hapara, Umayim Chayim, Nimshach, Mimochas Timachulu, but from the ashes of the heifer, and the live water we draw down from even higher, from the hidden mind and so forth, from mochastima of keser, not just from ahamshacha of za to malchus, or downwards. So again, it's a concept of makif. You draw down the makif from the Ohr Hatorah, v'gadol koach zeh lahafuch lahalos mituma latara, that this has the strength to elevate from impurity to purity, migimul klippos atameos, from the three completely impure klippos, masha'en kin hakorbanos rak levarer klippos nogachulu, which is not the case with the sacrifices, that they're only to purify the klippos noga, not the three completely impure klippos. And again, so there's the idea that knowledge, das, is the order of Mishnah of the laws of purity, ki das hu mibichinas keser, because das is from this level of keser, like the Ohr Hatorah, which purifies the dead, because it's drawing down from keser, from muchastima, shekisha keser nimna in hadas nimna chulu, that when you're counting keser, you don't count das, that they're connected one to the other. So if you're drawing down from keser, it's also really a concept of das. Umisham nimshach inyan hatahara, and from there you're drawing down the concept of purity. V'zerak tialechem mayim tahorim v'tihartem, that I'll throw upon you pure waters and you'll become pure. Sh'afa tamei yihiyanase tahor, zenimshach dafka mibchina shelam mayla me'achachma, that the impure should become pure. It's drawn specifically from a concept that's beyond wisdom. From keser. Sha'achachma nimshach rak habirur levarer hatov me'ara, that from chachma you have a chachmas biriru, it's only to purify and separate out the good from the bad. Valzeh shatame yihiyeh nefach letar, but to actually take the impurity and flip it to be pure. Nimshach milamayla me'achachma, that's drawn from beyond wisdom, from beyond chachma. V'kamoshikasav mitain tahor mitamei lo echad, and this is like the pasuk, who will give purity from impurity? Not one. Uperush birabos rish parshas chukas derotzolomar yechidu shalolam. So the Medrash Rabbin Chuka says, who is it that does this, that actually does flip the impure to pure? That's the lo echad, that's the, isn't it the one, the Yechidu Shalom, the one of the world, the Holy One, blessed be He. Dainu or Ein Sof HaShora B'Bechinas Keser, that is the infinite light that rests in the concept of the crown of Keser. That's where you can get the flip, the purity from impurity. That's why Shlomo HaMelech said about the mitzvah of para aduma, I tried to be wise, but it was far from me. Meaning it was beyond chachma, because this comes from a place that's beyond the purification that comes through the level of chachma. So it's rechoka from chachma. If you try to do it with chachma, you won't get there, because this is higher. It's from keser, and this is drawn through das. Ki Hashem yitain chachma mipiv das, because it says that Hashem will give wisdom from His mouth. Is knowledge, is das. So we have a juxtaposition in the pasuk between chachma and das. Uperush b'rabos ki sisa parsha mem aleph, and it's brought in Midrash Rabbah ki sisa Moshe lemelech shayalo ben, that this is compared to a king who had a son. Ba beno mi beis hasefer matzatam choy lefnei aviv, and the son comes home from school, from yeshiva, and he finds a pot of food in front of his father. Notol aviv chaticha achas v'nosna lo. So the father takes out a piece and gives to him. Ma asabno. So what does the son do? So Amar le. So the son says to the father, Eini mevakish ela ma shebesuch picha. I only want the piece that's in your mouth. Ma asa nasna lo. So what does the father do? He gives it to him. V'lama, and why? Al shahayim mechavavo, because he's dear to him. Nasan lo mitoch piv, so he gives from what's in his mouth. Havai tein chochma. So that's what it says. Hashem gives chochma. V'chol mish shehu mechavavo yoser mipiv das, and that the one who is more precious to him, from his mouth he gives the knowledge. Ad kan lashono. So that's the end of the quote. So we see then. So das is what's higher than the chachma. So we see from Medrash Rabbah there, the Kayal Dibur Anochi V'lo Yelecha, that Medrash is referring to this speech, I am, and you should not have any other. Sheshamanu min pi HaKadosh Baruch Hu Mamar, that we heard from the actual mouth of the Holy One, blessed be He. And on this it says, from his mouth is the das. So he gave us Chochmah, he gave us the Torah, but we actually wanted what was in his mouth, meaning to hear from him himself, with the Dibur of Anochi V'lo Yelecha. So that's the shtickle from his mouth. And on this it says, from his mouth is knowledge, and the entire Torah which is given through Moshe, that's what it says, that Hashem gives wisdom. But the Anochi V'lo Yelecha that we heard from Pir Gvura, that's the das, that's mipiv, that's from his mouth. And spread Medrash Rabbah Shira Shirim, on the verse, he should kiss us with the kisses of his mouth. Shema Sheshama Ma'akadosh Baruch Hu in Bezeh Shikcha, that which we heard from the Holy One, blessed be He, there's no forgetting. Masha Ein Kin Masha Shema Mipi Moshe, which is not the case with that which we heard from Moshe. And that's why it says that from his mouth is knowledge. I know he's chabrus, that's because it's connected to us. Kidas lashon hakara vehargasha mamash, because to know is an actual recognition and feeling. And like now he brings the pasuk, and the Adam knew Chava. He recognized her, knew her. So it's a concept. The fact that we don't forget the Torah we heard from Hashem directly is because it's a deeper understanding, it's a knowledge that we won't forget. We have more of a recognition of it. It's become familiar, which is not the case with knowledge that we've learned. It's not as familiar, so we can forget it. Vayim b'sefer Mavosharim Shagim L'chilik Beisov Beragimel B'Pirish Mipiv Das, where it explains what this means. From his mouth is knowledge. That refers to das of atik, of keser, that's revealed in the mouth, so to speak, of arich. So it's das of atik in puma da arich. That the only difference between the animal that speaks, the human, and the living being that doesn't speak, the only difference is the mouth. And that's why it's a limb that's greater than them all. Therefore, knowledge, the concept of the revelation of Keser into wisdom, is only revealed through the mouth, the Puma de Arich, because knowledge is revealed in the mouth. So that extra concept of wisdom of the speaker of Medaber is revealed specifically through the Peh, because that's the Maila, that's the Aver that has a Maila over the other Chai. Like it says, from his mouth is knowledge and understanding. Das Ganis Bipumad. That's why it also says in Zohar that Das is hidden in the mouth. Va'ayin b'Zohar Truma Kuf Samech Vav, and look what's brought in Zohar Truma. Shedas Ola Adoration Los Yada, that Das it goes up all the way to the head that's not known. The Gemurishonos of Atik, like he brought from Avusharim, that is from Das to Atik. Mipiv Das Valkain Misham Nimshach Bechinas Mitain Tahor Mitamei. That's the I saw that on that level, that's where you really have the idea of the small Itecha, because the Midos of Atik sign Tachtonos, where you have at least the concept Bedakus of Zivu Gemini Ubei. Valkain Misham Nimshach Bechinas Mitain Tahor Mitamei. And therefore, from there you draw down the idea of who will give purity from impurity. Gam Perush Mipiv Das, also the explanation of from his mouth is knowledge. Bechinas Vasim Dvarai Mamish Bepicha. It's an idea of study of Torah, that I will truly place my words in your mouth. That I am the Mishnah that's speaking in your mouth. So that's the concept of Ani. It's coming all the way from Atik, Mepiv Das. So you're drawing down from the Maki, from the highest level, when you study Torah and you speak it. And this is what it means. That Das refers to the order of Mishnah of Taharos, Shikadei Liyos Bechinazu, Sewaideh Tahara, Mikol Sig Hamonia Hagiloi Chulu. That in order to have this revelation of Das, it's through purity from any drag that would prevent the revelation. Kitzer, Emunas, Seder Tzraim. So Emunas, that refers to the order of the laws of planting, that is to plant upon the waters. And the holiday of cutting. Chosen Pirush Rashi Nachla, so Chosen Emunas Itecha Chosen Yeshuos. So Chosen, Rashi says, is an inheritance. Fugamkin Chozik Ha'aras Ein Sof, and it's also a language of strength. It's an inheritance of Yeshuos. It's also the strength of Yeshuos, the light of the infinite. Ve'onasa, it's also a language of in her time, in the intimacy with the obligation of intimacy with the wife. So I guess that's Emunas Itecha, the promise and the trustworthiness of having that intimacy, the obligation of it. The Emunas Itecha. In Yerusha, also the concept of inheritance, Bechinas Atzmius, Yerusa de Kodesh, there's an essential concept, the inheritance of the holy. Yeyaresh Hatziltzal will inherit the locust, but he said that the Siltzal also refers to the concept of Arbe Zaros Yitzchak. And Siltzal is from the language Siltzal Lebevua de Bevua, that's only in Kedusha, inheritance of the holy, that's Chosen Yeshuos. Yeshuos HaMishpat, and the saving, the redemption of judgment, of justice, of judgment. V'hiyos kol davar al mechono, that each thing should be in its proper place. So that's the concept of the Seder Nezikin of Yeshuos. Chachmas is a Seder Kodshim, and the wisdom that refers to the order of holy, of the sacrifices. Ki af sheshulchan, so that will so we said that the onasa is the concept of moed, and Yeshuos is the concept of Nezikin, and Chachmas is the order of holy. Ki af sheshulchan b'makom mizbeach mikol makom birur hamizbeach mebechinas Chachma. Nonetheless, the purification of the altar is from the concept of wisdom. V'zeu tefillah called Mamadaka. So that's why it's korbanos, that the purification process of eating of the birur of the rapach on your table is from chokhmah, b'chokhmas beriru, and that's connected to korbanos. So that's seder kodshim, and that's v'zeu inyan tefillah, and that's the concept of prayer called mamadaka, soft, still voice. V'das taros makifim al derech l'tareschem, and the concept of the Seder Taros of purity are encompassing lights, like the idea of to purify you. V'zeu titaru cheshbon keser, and that's why the word titaru, you should be pure, is the same gematria as keser. V'ruach atuma al avir, and the spirit of impurity I will get rid of legamre, completely. V'lo al derech birur levad, and not only through a purification, but to completely get rid of the three completely impure klippos, and that's through Tara of Keser, not just Chochma. Gam Taros Bechinas Mitain Tahor Mitame, also the impurities, the order of halachas of purity is who will give pure from impure, Nimshach Mi Yechido Shalolam Lo Echad, so it's drawn from the Echad, the singular of the world, like it says by the Para Dumach, that I tried to be wise, but it was farther from it, meaning to say that it was from Keser, not from Chachma, drawn from Yechido Shalolam. The Tara from Tuma comes from that level. But from his mouth is das, that which is from inside his mouth. The Mamar is the knowledge, the das, it's that higher level that you don't forget. And through this mipiv, when you speak it, so that's when you have truly a concept of my words in your mouth. Because like the land that brings out forth its growth, Kain Inyan Shisa Sidre Mishnah, so too is the concept of the 6 orders of the Mishnah. Ain al pasuk Torah Savayat Mima, look what's brought on the verse, that the Torah of Hashem is complete. So, but he doesn't explain the correlation of the pasuk Ki Ke'etz Toti Simcha to all these sidarim of Shisa Sidre Mishnah yet.